Live from Paris, right outside the wrestling arena, and are we seeing history being made? We're quite close to that because Vinesh Fogart today, right behind me is the wrestling arena, has been quite outstanding in her performance. You'd have to say that even her biggest supporter wouldn't have thought the way that she would dominate as she has in the women's 50 kilogram category. The latest is that she's reached the semi-final. She's had two outstanding performances today, and I'll get to that. She reached the semi-finals. First, let's go right at the start. I think the biggest headline that was made, that everyone woke up to, they took notice of, is Sasaki, the Japanese wrestler, the gold standard in this category, 50 kilogram category. She was the flag bearer for her country last time around at the Tokyo Olympics. This tells you what a major star, what a big star she is in her country. Like in India, when you are going to look at one medal that's almost certain, you're definitely going to be talking about, let's say, a Neeraj Chopra in javelin. For Japan, even though they end up picking many medals, Sasaki would have been that one wrestler who would have been the odds-on favorite to land them not just a medal but a gold medal. She has been beaten in the first round by Vinesh Fogart. I'd have to say the biggest shocker of this Olympic Games so far. Great news for India though. She beat her in a close encounter 3-2. Japan later challenged as well, but that didn't go in their favor. Held on to her nerves in that encounter, played it very strategically. Knew the strength of that opposition. The good thing I think for Vinesh is, and if my memory serves me correct, they hadn't ever competed against each other before. So I think that really worked in Vinesh's Fogart's favor, which is something that Sasaki wouldn't have known how to deal with her because they were meeting for the first time. Secondly, for Vinesh, why it is amazing is the fact that, remember, she's dropped down a weight category. She, as you know, has been fighting in the 53 kilogram category very regularly, but there was that major controversy, and I'll get to that, in which case she had to then decide in which category to eventually fight. In 53 there was also Antim Fangal there, against whom between Antim and her who would take that spot, and Antim had been the favorite. She had been doing very well. Vinesh was told that, listen, if you have to go through a trial, you'll have to fight Antim. And interestingly, the Wrestling Federation did not even conduct those trials. But she had the opportunity. Vinesh had the opportunity of finding a way out. And what she did, she almost dropped 10 kilos of her body weight. She could have gone up a weight category in 57 kilogram, but then she would have had to come up against much stronger opponents. She did it very smartly, dropped a weight category. Coming to 50, she had to drop about 8-9 kilos of her natural body weight at that time and compete in the 50 kilogram category. And I think that has now proved to be a masterstroke. It wouldn't have been easy. You have to really curtail your diet. You really have to, even in terms of your water intake and various other things, you have to be very careful about. But she did all that. She sacrificed all of that to be competing here. So Sasaki, she takes care of in the first round. Second round, up against the Uzbek wrestler, takes care of her as well, and then it reached that moment right at the end, 5-4, and with a few seconds to go, you thought, oh, maybe not again. That story that is quite often repeated in Indian sport, but she held on, in fact increased her lead, and in crunch situation performed even better to reach the semi-final. In the semi-final, she'll be up against another tough opponent who won her own quarter-final 10-0. It was a technical knockout in that sense, referee stop contest. I'm using boxing terms, but it was that. Once you take a 10-0 lead, the contest is stopped, and that's how that wrestler from Cuba won her previous contest, which means she's going to be a very, very strong opposition for Vinesh in the semi-final. But at the moment, the way Vinesh is playing, you'd have to say that she should ideally be playing that gold medal match. It's a great chance not only to win a medal but to win the gold medal, because the number one contender has been knocked out by Vinesh. In that rare scenario, or that unfortunate scenario that Vinesh is to lose that semi-final, she will still have a chance at the medals, that she'll have to participate in the bronze medal match. That's going to happen tomorrow, but that I'm not going to talk about now. We'll only discuss that once it is to happen. Right now, the way Vinesh is looking, she should be playing that gold medal match, which will also take place tomorrow. Today, just to let you know, her semi-final, which is going to be very crucial, should be around 10:45. I'm giving you a rough time. It depends on how early the previous bouts finish, so it can even happen earlier. But 10:45 is the scheduled time for Vinicius' bout in the semi-final. 10:45 Indian Standard Time, so do tune in for that and watch that bout. It'll be up against a tough opponent, as I said, in Lopez from Cuba. But overall, you know, I'd have to say incredible performance from Vinesh, especially remember she was part of those wrestling protests and she had to face a lot of criticism. On 2 counts. One, people said, okay, you've made your point, you're standing up for the athlete, that's great, but the ministry is asking for time. Why do you want instant results? So you've made your point, now step back, concentrate on your practice. But she said no, nothing doing. She kept at it. The protest that started in January 2023, she kept at it and said, no, this is a fight that I will fight. And because of which the federation wasn't doing her any favor, allowing her to compete in 53. She won the quota in the Asian qualification in the 50 kilogram category last moment and came here against all odds. The other criticism that came against her was that this wasn't an ideal preparation. While she should have been on the mat, practicing, going abroad for some major tournament, she was missing all that. And was it the right preparation? Well, you know, the jury was out on that. She's just answered what kind of preparation there is. And I feel one thing, you know, I've seen Vinesh previously as well. This is her 3rd Olympic Games. I saw her in Rio as well, missing out on first rounds, and many people had lost hope. In Tokyo, she was in prime age category, around 25, 26 when, you know, wrestler reaches her prime. Now she's 29, she'll be turning 30 in a few days. 30 for a wrestler, not great, you know, time as well, age-wise, physicality-wise, but yet she's proving everyone that she's determined. And the difference that I see in her is that previously she was, of course, gunning for a medal. This time she's gunning for a medal, and she's also gunning for all those detractors who questioned her. You know, there's a fire within her, which is, and this whole you know, fight for women, I think that's also fueling her fire, which is why it is making her go this strong in this competition. If that is the reason, whatever the reasons, she's looking very, very good for a medal. We'll be back later tonight. You know, she's had 2 tough bouts back to back, not too much time to rest. Now has a 3-hour gap, so she'll rest up, be prepared for that semi-final. If she wins, another medal is guaranteed. If she loses, then she'll have to fight another game. That's the latest from the wrestling arena for now. Nikhil Naz signing off. We'll be back with the latest updates. Hockey match coming your way. Neeraj has been outstanding, qualified very easily, and also Vinicius match. So hectic day coming up. You guys take care. Bye bye.